Hi, god eftermiddag. That means good afternoon in Norwegian. I need to practice more my Norwegian in order to speak more Norwegian and learn to speak it right. So today I'm going to talk about my experience right now with the paranormal. It is not so strong, but also not bad at all. It's like medium experience with the paranormal. I have lately experienced it talking to this spirit that is in my room. Sometimes I do it in whisper, sometimes I do it in a normal voice. But it's a spirit that is very that feels very old, and it's like a feminine presence, and I'm okay with that because she doesn't really want to harm anyone here in the house. She actually helps. For example, thanks to her intervention, we found a dead rat in a stuck in a trap that we put in the kitchen that we didn't notice it, and it pretty much saved us from you know spreading a bunch of viruses from a dead rat or bacteria, and that's okay because the rat was already in decomposition. My bad. It was decomposing. That's the word I'm looking for. It was already decomposing, and so thanks to her intervention, even though spirits are sexless, the energy feels sometimes masculine or feminine. I really don't know how to talk about that more precisely since I'm not an expert in this. But yeah, then I bought a book, which is, if you excuse me for a moment, it's called Spirit Work by Syrian Shadow. Let me see if I can grab it over here. Yeah, here it is. Spirit Work by Syrian Shadow. So in this book, he doesn't really tell you how to communicate with spirits, but he sure tells you on how to practice to upgrade your ways of communicating with spirits. What do you need? The meditations and exercises to be more receptive to these invisible energies, like he calls it, in which I really agree that these are invisible energies, because the fountain of all existence is pretty much energy, nothing more. It's all little atoms, and then before atoms you have energy, something that is almost very non-existent, but it is there. It's pretty much what I have read, not in this book but in others. I can remember the names of it, some scientific book. It was the fountain of existence, an ecstasy of energy that pretty much sometimes gets excited and brings atoms and other particles to life, and so that's where life begins. But yeah, this book really is a good exercise book to be more receptive to these invisible energies, and it has many chapters helping you in these exercises, and also it helps you to identify the spirits um, you may you may encounter in your medium experience. I don't really want to say if I'm a medium. I'm pretty sure I'm not in that level, or I don't know, because mediums on TV sometimes make up stuff and do acts in order to presumably um, tell you that they are mediums, which is not. They're pretty much a fraud. I'm trying to achieve that status by a lot of practice and communications with these invisible energies, and especially in my room, this room, because there's at night a lot of movement. Uh, she knocks the table like this, or sometimes my pile of books. Sometimes she knocks on them. Last night she was knocking on on this thing of where I put all my pencils in, and she knocked on this because I was trying to communicate something. I was trying to ask her name and trying to know her. And there's where she started knocking this pencil holder. Maybe she was trying to communicate as well. Maybe I don't know. She wants me to write something. There's no name, precise name that comes to my head. Only the only thing I know is that it's a woman, and maybe I mean the energy of a woman, and maybe again, maybe it is unnecessary to know a name, because it's a spirit. It's pretty much doesn't depend of a sex orientation, doesn't depend on names, because names are just constructs, human constructs to identify a person. Sex, well, we are only identifying sex because we are corporeal. We pretty much need it to procreate, be it a female or male. Once you're a spirit, it's useless because you don't have none of both. You're pretty much pure energy, energy that can maneuver itself into being just this little thought of energy, this dot like this, or sometimes a big line of energy. It's like elastic. I want to say, I don't know the other word. More more freely to move is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, that is the current paranormal experience that I'm experiencing right now, and I'm not I'm not afraid of it. I'm not really scared of it. I'm actually chill, and I must admit a little bit of excited because it's something that I'm experimenting for the first time, and I really like it. Actually, I like experimenting with this stuff, even though I know for a fact that sometimes there's negative energies. Um, my main purpose is to identify the positive energies, the energies that don't want to harm me. And I know for a fact that if you encounter a negative energy, don't be afraid, just ignore it, because if you put attention to it or act scared, um, you free some energy from your body, and that entity, be it negative, feeds from it and makes it more stronger to move more objects, knock stuff out, or maybe even hurt you. So when you encounter these things in a negative way, don't be afraid. Just ignore it. Don't act mad. Don't act um, with fear. Just be calm. Like nothing's happening. Like it isn't your business. Pretty much, and pretty much just be like stoic in those situations when you encounter a negative energy, so you don't free energy from you and that thing absorbs it to cause harm or try to scare you. But yeah, I will update from time to time about this situation and see what happens next. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy this video, and see you guys later.